Hello, my dear children of class 9. Hope all of you are doing well. So, today I am continuing with chapter number 1. We were learning the different types of energy. We have learned solar energy and wind energy. Now, we are going to move on to tidal, geothermal, biomass energy. So, let's start. Now, what is tidal energy? The energy that is obtained from the rising tides in coastal areas is known as tidal energy. In general, it is not enough to generate electricity on a large scale by tidal energy. But if it is harnessed for generating electricity by constructing a dam, if a dam is built so that the sea waves can be used in order to generate electricity, then tidal energy is used in that manner. All right. Next we have geothermal energy. The term geo means earth and thermal means heat. So geothermal means the heat that we are getting from the earth. All right. It is the energy obtained from the heat of the core of the earth. At few places, rocks under the earth's surface remain very hot and the heat turns the underground water into a steam which are compressed at a high pressure between the rocks. Now, drilling the holes through pipes into such places that steam comes out to that pipe, which in turn rotates the turbine in order to generate electricity. In our country, we are having such geothermal power stations in Madhya Pradesh. Next, we have biomass energy. A mixture of waste materials like wood fillings, crop residues, garbages, excreta of animals, sewage, dead parts of plants, trees, animals, etc. is known as biomass. It mainly contains carbon compounds. The chemical energy stored in biomass is known as bioenergy or biomass energy. Biomass can be used as a source of energy. For example, dry biomass like cow dung cake is burnt in order to produce heat energy, which is then used for cooking purpose. In biogas plants, cow dung and sewage are used to produce biogas. The residue is used as manure in the fields. These are the uses of biogas. Alright. Next, we are having biogas. It is prepared for in biogas plants when the slurry of cow dung and water or crop residue, sewage or any other waste material is allowed to make anaerobic fermentation. Anaerobic fermentation means in absence of oxygen. Alright, the term anaerobic means in absence of oxygen. Now, if they are allowed to ferment in absence of oxygen but in presence of water, they will produce a mixture of methane, carbon dioxide, hydrogen and traces of hydrogen sulfide. This mixture is known as biogas. The fermentation is carried out by anaerobic bacteria known as methanogenic bacteria, which decomposes the carbon compounds present in biomass into methane gas. Some of these bacteria decompose biomass to form carbon dioxide, hydrogen and other components. Finally, they combine to form methane and water. Next, we are having uses. Biogas mainly contains methane. Methane is an excellent fuel for cooking. It causes no environmental pollution. It can be used for street lighting and for running engines. The waste products such as nitrogen and phosphorus left from biogas plants are used as fertilizers. Now, the advantages of using biogas as fuel. On burning, biogas does not produce any smoke or ash, for which it can be used for domestic cooking. Next, second advantage, calorific value of biogas is very high, 35,000 to 40,000 kilojoule per kg. These are the two advantages of biogas, using biogas as a fuel. Since biogas does not produce any smoke, so it won't cause any pollution and it is good for domestic cooking. And next, its calorific value being very high, huge amount of heat is produced per kg of that fuel when used. Alright, so if I use 1 kg of biogas, then I am going to get 35,000 kilojoule amount of heat. Next, what is biofuel? Biofuel is a form of biomass energy. Its examples are ethanol and biodiesel. Now, ethanol is an alcohol. It is obtained by fermentation of starch, sugar, cellulose, etc. Ethanol is mixed in an adequate proportion with the liquid fuels of automobiles, and the mixture is used as a liquid fuel. It reduces emission of CO2 and smog. What is smog? Smoke plus fog is known as smog. And environmental pollution becomes less with the use of ethanol. Next, another type of biofuel, biodiesel. Biodiesel is used as an alternative fuel of diesel in diesel engine. It also reduces environmental pollution. So these two are good as they reduces the environmental pollution. Next we have CBM or coal bed methane. In coal mines, plenty of methane gas remains absorbed in hard layers of coal. It is called coal bed methane. The methane gas that is stored in the hard layers of coal, that is the methane gas, is known as coal bed methane. The coal bed methane is a gaseous fuel. It can be collected as a gas by drilling steel pipes deep into the layers of coal. Now what is methane hydrate? Methane hydrate is a solid compound of methane. In it, the density of methane is very high. Huge amount of methane is there. It is mainly found in polar regions under the ice and also under the sea level. Methane hydrate is considered as one of the largest sources of energy. Now, due to the abundance of methane, the compound methane hydrate can be considered as a source of energy. Scientists predict it to be one of the largest source of energy in future. In future, maybe most of the automobiles or anything will be running on methane hydrate if it can be extracted. It is also called fire ice because methane in it starts burning in contact with fire. When the ice trapped methane gas catches fire, then the ice starts burning. So it is known as fire ice. So I hope you are clear with this chapter, children. Any doubts we will clear in the live session. Alright. Thank you. Stay safe at home.